Hello, nice to see you all in track 4 after the lunch. I hope it was very well. I think the noodles were great. Before we start with the next session, we have a little video for you from yesterday evening. Big thanks here to XPLR and Technicent for this nice evening, and it was a very Bavarian. Film ab, sagt man in Deutschland. If you've never been to Bavarian before, this is every evening here. It's just normal. Okay, I don't want to talk too much. I will just give to the host for today. It's Larissa Schütz. She is a colleague from me, also a local radio moderator here in Bavaria. So the word's up to you, Larissa.
Radio is still massive.
Radio is often described as the soundtrack of life.
This is the most intimate medium that there is.
I think radio still connects with audiences and has a strong tie with them.
It's based on human connections and that emotional connectivity.
I define radio as a human connection and a shared experience. It deserves to have a very strong future.
Speaker, play radio. Speaker, play radio. Play radio.
Say goodbye to the limitation of traditional radio.
And hello to a data-driven future.
The Radioplayer is an important platform for radio stations that centralizes various stations and content.
It's huge.
The Radioplayer is driving the future of radio.
Join us in shaping a connected world where every voice finds an audience.
I think if you run a radio station, your job is to make it really easy for your listeners to come back to your station.
Powering broadcasters worldwide.
You know, we've been locked in a box, I think, from a creative point of view, that AM/FM technology box for so long, and that's been limiting.
It's about diving into a new era of innovation and collaboration.
There will be more technology that allows us to do what we do best in a more efficient and quick way. As technology advances, it can give us better distribution, and we're going to get better opportunities for innovation through technology.
Connecting every car, home, and device to the beat of the world.
Radioplayer is the key for having a strong presence of radio in the car, especially in a digital dashboard environment.
There are too many car manufacturers for me to pick up the phone and try to negotiate, a space in the connected car dashboard for our company. But maybe at scale as an industry, Radioplayer can solve that solution.
So I think Radioplayer is hugely important from that point of view.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everybody. This is our Radioplayer session, and we're about to see some new, exciting things changing the future of radio. So are you ready to see the future of radio? Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm very excited too. As Stephanie said, my name is Larissa. I'm normally hosting exactly at this time, 2 p.m. starts my own radio show at Hit Radio RT1 in Augsburg, so I'm on fire and share this time today with you. Yes, and I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy that there is a Radioplayer, because Radioplayer makes it possible that my sister, for example, who lives in Lisbon, is able to listen to my little show from Bavaria all the way down in Portugal. She can listen to it through a speaker at home. She can listen to it even in the car via CarPlay and the app. Yeah, and believe me, rush hour in Lisbon means she's got a lot of time to listen to her sister's radio show. So this year's Radio Days here in Munich are themed Shaping the Future, yeah? Shaping the changing audio landscape. And Radioplayer plays a big role in shaping this landscape with all its new extras, which we will hear about and you can experience at our stand. So in the next 40 minutes, we will unveil the future of radio. And these innovations I'm talking about will be presented by personalities from the world of radio and from our key partners, Google and CARIAD. So be excited. And now I want to welcome here on stage the man who will present the innovations to us, who is the leader of Radioplayer. Please welcome Yann, Legarson, the CEO of Radioplayer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Larissa. Thank you all to be with us today. It's an important day for the industry, not only for Radioplayer, but for the industry. I love radio. I live for radio. I start my story with radio when I was 15 years old. I worked for a small radio station in Normandy in France called CFM. And in this radio station, I had maybe at this time only 5,000 listeners per day, but it was so crucial for me to be available everywhere, to be available on the website, on the mobile phone. And now it's still the case because from Bavaria, from another country in the world, I can still listen my favorite radio station called CFM in Normandy. I'm really proud to be here today to present you all the new innovation from Radioplayer. Radioplayer is not my product. It's not the product of my team. It's your product. We are backed and owned only by the broadcaster. It's not my solution, it's your solution. Radioplayer was founded in 2012 by the British broadcaster, but now Radioplayer is present in more than 22 countries. Do you imagine? 22 countries where we have all the broadcaster with us, public services and commercial radio station. Radioplayer is the only table in each country where you can find the public services and the commercial radio speaking in one voice. Radioplayer is so important for my former colleague Stefan from CFM, because with Radioplayer, it can have the same chance as all the other stations in France, small size, medium size, big size, to be listened by all the people in Normandy and also from outside. It's so important for you to be part of this new industry, to be part of this new story for radio. Because, you know, radio is challenged by a lot of different threats. For example, competition in the dashboard. I had a long time ago, a Peugeot 309, very old car, you know, with a radio button. It was so easy for me just to press the button and I have the sound from my favorite radio station. But now, when you have a car, you have to choose which tuner you want to use, FM, DAB, sometimes IP. You have also choice with Spotify and all the other platforms. And it's really key for our industry, for all the radio industry to be all together and to be sure that the radio button will be still prominent in all the car in the next 20 years. It's really important for the industry to have one voice to speak all together, and Radioplayer is here for that, to help you to speak with one voice. Another threat for your media is also using some partners that are not really your partners. Radioplayer is owned by the broadcaster. We are a non-profit company. We are only here to propose the best of your content, the best of your radio station, your podcast, in all the new devices. We are not here to sell video services, gaming, audiobooks. I don't care. I'm just here for Radioplayer. I'm not Audioplayer. We are, you are Radioplayer. We love radio and we need to be sure that we keep radio alive for a long time. It's really difficult for a small station to have a seat with all the tech giants in the same table. It's really difficult when you are a small station from somewhere, or medium size, or even a big size station, to have a seat with Amazon, Google, Apple, I don't know, Hyundai, Tesla, and all the others. It's really complicated, and Radioplayer is here to help you to find a way to maintain the visibility, the prominence of your radio station in all the different devices. During the next 40 minutes, or maybe 35 now, you will have more information about all the new products we have, all the new products available today, not available tomorrow, not available next year, and you can see all the things we will show today in our stand just next to this room. But just before, I would like to thank you all for your support. We have more than 10,000 radio stations in Europe and in Canada now, and soon we will announce new countries with us and new partners, and we are really proud to propose you the best of your radio, because Radioplayer is yours. It's time for radio to be strong and proud. Radioplayer is strong and proud of the radio media, and thanks a lot for your support. Let's go for the show.
No. Thank you, Yann. I think that looks pretty good. The future looks pretty good. And I think what broadcasters like me or radio stations, especially the small ones, like you said, or the station I'm working for, what do you think is the greatest opportunity for them with all these new features?
I think it's really important for all the radio stations in the world to have exactly the same visibility and exactly the same chance to be visible in the dashboard, on smart speakers, or just on the website or in apps. If you come from Greece, if you come from France, UK, Canada, USA, you need to have exactly the same visibility and be sure that your content, because you have the best content, are available in the same way in all the new platforms, and you will be not replaced by Apple Music Radio or something from, I don't know, gaming in 5 or 10 years. It's a real chance not only for the big station, it's maybe also a chance, and I'm sure that for the small station.
That sounds good. Thank you, Yann. You'll join us later for another
With pleasure.
Thing, yeah. But
big announcement.
For the moment, thank you.
I'll be back.
And we'll go on and have a look at the first futures. As we are here in Germany this year, I think every one of you knows we Germans totally are in love with our cars. We love to drive them on the Autobahn, and we love to listen to radio in the car. I read something very interesting, a study from 2022, where 83% said that the car is their favorite place to listen to radio, and I think that's very interesting, especially for a radio player. And our next speakers will tell us about new possibilities of experiencing radio in the car. And the first one is Laurence Harrison. Here he is. He's director of automotive, so you're connecting the cars and radio player, and will tell us about it, how you'll do it in the future.
Absolutely, thank you very much. Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Wie geht's? Gut, ja. Das ist alles für mein Deutsch jetzt, und es tut mir leid. I just want to take a few minutes to talk about what Radioplayer is doing in automotive to keep your stations strong. As Yann said, we are the voice of the radio industry to the car makers. We are backed only by radio broadcasters, and we work for you to keep radio strong in the car. We're 100% focused on radio, and it's our objective to keep making radio the star in increasingly crowded dashboard space. Now, Radioplayer was founded on collaboration between public service broadcasters and commercial broadcasters, collaboration between countries, both in Europe and internationally, but most importantly, collaboration with car makers, and those partnerships are extremely valuable to us. We also collaborate with the wider industry, and we're really proud members of WorldDB and also of the global standards body Radio DNS. But it's those collaborations with car makers that are so critical to us. And we're delighted, I'll introduce CARIAD in a moment. We've got 3 million cars on Europe's roads today powered by Radioplayer. We have collaborations with car makers that represent over 45% of all the sales of cars in Europe. That includes CARIAD, that includes our colleagues from BMW who are in the audience today, Renault, and a new partner, which I will announce in a moment. And the most important thing for us when it comes to cars is hybrid radio. Now, hybrid radio, as many of you will know, is where broadcast, FM and DAB+ works with the internet to create a really rich radio experience. And that will help radio to compete in connected cars of the future. And on that note, I'm really proud to announce that our new hybrid radio partner is NIO. NIO are a really innovative new electric vehicle brand from China. They're entering the European market and have big ambitions to expand even wider. And I'm really proud that they've chosen Radioplayer as their hybrid radio partner. And I know they've got big ambitions to create a fantastic hybrid experience with new personalized features, and we're really pleased to be helping them do that. Now, any of you who've been to our stand will have seen the new data and AI platform that we've got there. Now, this is really important for automotive because this is going to give you the ability to see the usage of your stations in the car for all the different use cases. And that now includes, for the first time, the ability to show FM and DB, and that data will be flowing soon, and you'll be able to access that. But what that platform also does is it enables us to launch new features, such as enhanced AI-based recommendations, or features that allow us to give a deeper dive into your station's content in connected cars. So it's really, really important. Now, although hybrid radio is our main aim, obviously there are lots of different ways to access radio in new cars, and you will all know that increasingly new cars are coming with built-in app stores. So we do have an automotive app from Radioplayer. You can see it in the car outside, as well as the fantastic hybrid radio from CARIAD. And that app is designed to be complementary to the broadcaster's apps. And we're actually working now to see how we can include access to broadcaster automotive apps from our platform, and more to come on that soon. So, that's a very brief overview of what we're doing in our work in automotive. Please do come and visit our stand where you can see what we're doing, talk to us, ask us questions. But now I'd like to introduce Christian Winter from CARIAD, one of our key partners. Christian.
So, I grabbed the mic. Great. Yeah, thank you, Laurence, for inviting me to the Radioplayer session. CARIAD is the technology arm of the Volkswagen Group. So I worked before CARIAD at the Audi radio department. So we created this great hybrid radio out there at the Radioplayer booth. And CARIAD is now responsible for not just Audi and Porsche, but also for the other brands in the Volkswagen Group. So we're really keen to bring hybrid radio to even Volkswagen, Skoda, Seat, Cupra, and all the other brands out there to bring this great feature to the market. We are we're the longest automotive partner to Radioplayer. We started this in 2017. And yeah, it's been really great because for us it's really important to have one voice or person of company of contact to the industry, because we are doing we sell the radio or the cars everywhere in the world, and it's impossible to go and talk to that many radio stations to like get the metadata and so on. So it really helps for us, and not just about getting the metadata, but also getting the updates and having someone who really loves radio as Radioplayer, as Yann passionately said, to have this great a great experience in the car, because that's the same goal we all have. So besides hybrid radio in the car, where we have the logos and the metadata and the linking, there are new possibilities like app stores in the car. So this Audi Q8 out there, it already has an Android automotive-based app store, and the Radioplayer app is in there. It's already, you can buy the car since last summer. So it's already out there. Radioplayer were one of the first media apps in there. So it's quite good and it works great. And yeah, we really love and we are really excited to get not just these apps to the premium brands, but also to Volkswagen and to Skoda and so on. So it's really exciting, because that means these products get out to a real masses, to many customers out there. So this is quite exciting. But we're not just working on getting more people access to hybrid radio. We are also trying to innovate and having workshops, for example, with the industry, with Radioplayer together, and collaborate and think about new ideas, what we can improve, like getting on-demand content into the car, or linking to the Radioplayer app, for example, and make it even more accessible in the car. So yeah, that's on our side. Tomorrow there will be another session from myself at 9, quite early, and then you can also see a little bit more of screenshots in our new system, which is out in the Porsche Macan, which was announced last month, and today Audi announces the Audi EQ6, which is the first Android automotive-based car. Yeah. Thank you.
Danke, Christian. Danke, Christian. Laurence, come join us. You talked about workshops and sessions you did to think of ideas. So my question to both of you would be, what personally for you was the most important function or idea you wanted to?
I think to keep the radio simple, actually, to not overload the core experience, like also what Yann said, the radio button, one push on a button, many people have just favorites and their favorites should just work. That's what helped us to basically build the core feature, the seamless linking. That means you select your station, you don't care about if it's DAB or FM, they love your program, they love RT1, Augsburg, for example, and they just want to listen to it. And if they're in Ingolstadt and they can't receive it anymore, but we can switch to online with the help of Radioplayer.
Yeah, as I said, even my sister in Lisbon can hear it. And for you, Laurence, maybe I can give you this one from the side of Radioplayer.
For me, it's about features that give a deeper brand engagement with the stations that we represent. So not only if you're listening to a station that you love, you should be able to find out more about that station, do a deeper dive into the content that's available through Radioplayer. And I think that's what's coming. There'll be a convergence of live radio and on-demand content as well. And that throws up many, many possibilities. So, yeah, it's really exciting.
Thank you. So, and if you do have questions, you know, we are in a hurry. We don't have that much time. But you're welcome to join us on the stand, talk to everybody or via the Swapcard app. For the moment, thank you both.
Thank you very much.
I'll have a look. Okay. As Yann at the beginning of this session told us, Radioplayer will revolutionize content development and new business opportunities. And our next three speakers, hello? Our next three speakers will tell you how. And the first one is a Radioplayer's head of products, OJ Torvmark.
Thank you, Larissa. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's nice to see the big crowd. And I'm very proud of telling you about our biggest and most ambitious product launch ever. We are not only just updating and making a new app, we are making a whole new line of products, a suite of apps made for connected cars, for phones, and for your TV at homes, your smart TVs. And they are all based on our new data-driven approach, which my colleague is going to talk more about after me. And of course, with new apps comes new design, new really cool features, and all of this to give you a new user experience, an enhanced experience also of your content brought through Radioplayer. And there is one thing that is specifically cool, I would say, I dare to say that, about these new apps. And that is that we introduce seamless synchronization across all the devices. Imagine that you are driving back from work and you are, of course, listening to your favorite radio station with your favorite hosts, doing the favorite show. And that's cool, but you remember that you have to go to the grocery store. But that's also fine now, because you just plug in your AirPods and you connect and continue listening to your show seamlessly on your phone. And when you get back home and you want to lay down on the sofa, you just switch on the TV. And again, seamlessly, there is the same content being station or podcast. It's kind of a bit of radio magic. And speaking about magic, Radioplayer today also announced Radioplayer for Apple Vision Pro. Yeah, I guess a few of you have already been visiting us out at the stand and tried to be in this special new world. It's an immersive audio experience in a mix of your virtual and physical space. It might not be the future of all sorts of radio listening, but at Radioplayer, we like to invent on your behalf to explore all the new possibilities for radio listening. So make sure you try it later, and it will be there both today and tomorrow. But I'm going to talk about one more thing before the next speaker. And I know that many of you are now experiencing the big benefits of user data. And you do that through your own apps where you have login. And with login, you get closer to the listener and you get a real relationship with them. You can offer them personalized content. You can, of course, increase your revenue. And you get, in general, improved insights. With Broadcaster Logon, which we introduced today, we introduce a game changer for online radio distribution. The goal is to make sure that you receive the same value of the listeners, no matter if they are listening through your apps or Radioplayer apps. We, as the only aggregator, we offer a seamless integration with your existing data system. And we have a proof of concept of this already. We have done that with the biggest commercial radio broadcaster in Norway, P4. And you are welcome to come look at it at our stand, where you can see how they actually get exactly the same data from Radioplayer as they do from their own apps. We empower your login system by integrating you with our apps. Thank you.
Thank you, OJ. And you really should come and visit us, especially with the Apple Vision Pro. I tried that yesterday. It's a really crazy experience, but it's pretty cool. And for me, and I think for every broadcaster, you talked about the broadcaster log-on. You said that we can offer personalized experiences. Do you have a small example of that?
Yeah, well, what it means is that, in your apps, you offer, when you have a login system, you offer content that is tailored based on the behavior of the user. And with Broadcaster Logon, we will be able to show those listeners who log on with you the same kind of content on our front screen on the new app we have. So that can be content like podcasts based on your behavior, the stations you're listening to, the hosts you're listening to, and you get exactly the personalized experience, the same as in the broadcaster's own app.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, OJ.
Thank you.
And as you said at the beginning, there is a special theme or an interesting one. You said the big word data. And now I want to introduce to you the woman who's specialist in metadata, Graze. Caroline, why is metadata so important?
Oh, for everything that we do and everything we want to achieve in the future. It's very, very simple. You heard OJ and Yann talk about that Radioplayer has now become a data-driven company, which was honestly not the case before. But it's not only about the data that broadcasters can receive out of our new platform, which again, I invite you to look at in our stand. And I thank Eugenio for all the help he's been doing in creating that with our amazing partner, Kebola, which will give you not only insights that you already have with your various streaming providers, but will also give you intimate insight into the DAB and the FM listening of your users in the various cars that Radioplayer is also integrated. But all those cool features, those seamless switching, the continuing on listening on things is only possible if we know what is playing. And believe it or not, even in Germany, and I'm the managing director of Radioplayer in Germany, with big, big brands and broadcasters, it is not a natural given that we get the now playing information for each and every station. We do not always know what is the title and what is the name of the artist about what's playing, but only if we do can we connect, can we enable seamless switching, can we offer you more content on the same subject, a podcast by your favorite host that you are listening to, the possibility to save the song for later, the possibility to listen to lyrics, to do karaoke in your car. We need to know what is being played. All those big screens that you see nowadays, and there is no radio that comes without a screen nowadays. Even a 30 euro Alexa has a little screen, and you want to see as a user what is being played. You expect as a user to know what is being played. Even if it is ABBA with Waterloo, you expect the station to display it just to make sure that you got it right? It is a common user expectation. Spotify, YouTube, everybody does this. We are in a visual age and century, so we need to know what's playing. And throughout our many, many years working with broadcasters, we have asked them, we have begged them. We have explained that now playing data, for example, is an IceCast standard in every in-stream that you can. So please challenge your service provider if he does not already give it to you. But we also need the now playing data in our APIs. So where we do not have it, we basically reinvented the wheel a little bit. We know all about Shazam. So we figured, okay, why not use this artificial intelligence that's out there everywhere? Why not create a virtual listener that lets us listen to a stream and just say, ABBA, Waterloo, clear. So we did that. And the reason why we did that is so that we can offer metadata in a standard that allows, I'm sorry if I disappoint anybody, but that allows to a small Romanian, let's say, radio station to have the same service quality for the user in the car, on the mobile, on the TV, that, for example, a big broadcaster in Paris or Bavaria has. So we want to meet the user expectations. We want to give data back to you. And everything is key, not only in the music and in the cool promotions we've just seen in the other session, but everything is key in regards to the content that you're playing. So please tell us about it. And if I may make another suggestion, please do, if you can, not only tell us about the music that you're playing, but also about the shows. What's the name of the morning show? What's the name of the host? What are you playing next? Please give us a little bit of data so we can make a better radio. Thank you.
Thank you. And our next speaker to talk about all this data is Eugenio Latiana.
Hello everybody, ciao. I know that Tommy will kill me at the end, but I will change the stuff that we prepare because I want to spend 1 second and I want to say why. The point is that I'm here and I'm talking about Radioplayer, but first of all, I'm a person that worked from 25 years in the radio. And the reason why I put my knowledge in this project is because I think that radio have to become back as a sexy as is not today, because we have a lot of competitors that try to be more sexy than us. And so I believe that Radioplayer is the place where all the radio stations, we can work together, and the only way to become more sexy for the young generation is to stay together, work together, and make a revolution in the experience how we can use the radio in all the devices. So it's the reason why I put my energy in this project where I believe. And one of the topics where I work is the data. And why is important the data? We are principally a commercial radio, the company where we work. And so we survive with the data because we can sell advertising. And the point is that I'm frustrated because the data today comes from some survey or statistical data that is 6 months late. And so we cannot provide fresh data. We cannot understand how the people consume the radio. And so in Radioplayer, we invest energy and our knowledge to create a data platform. What is a data platform? A data platform technically is a very complex number of machines, a number of persons that are very familiar and very expert of data, and we make the foundation on that. So now we are ready on all devices that we see, on all the applications that we are developing on our strategy, to collect data, to analyze data, and to transform data and enrich data with artificial intelligence and with all the functionality that the technology provides to us. Why? Because the result is to make our job better. All the people that are here are familiar with the program, with the music. And at the end of the period, when will be released the data, you say, okay, we are going better, we made a good job, and so we can continue in this way. But from now, we can change the idea. So we can have day by day, time by time, in real time, the information about our work. So we can know exactly all the KPI that give the value on our programming. So it's an incredible value on our work. And what we do? Well, the data platform is something, an investment for the future. So mean that we build the foundation, as I said, and we start with one services, because we will be a lot of services around the data platform. My colleague already talked about that, the personalization and the make the radio more interactive with the user and other stuff, but principally could be very useful for the insight. Means that we already start on preparing some dashboard as for demo proposal, and I will explain why, where you can see all the information that you can get from the reach, the listening session, where the people consume the radio, which is the most used device, some geographical information. And the idea that stays behind our building is also related to our knowledge of radio, because we know that in radio there are different sectors. So there is the board director, there is the music programming office, there is the commercial office, and we would like to provide them all the information that are best fitted on their need. But there is another important point related to the data platform. We don't want lock in the data. What does it mean? We are not selling nothing. As I told, we are radio, we are working for the radio, we are working together for our future. And so the point that the people would have to use the data in a better way means that the data platform will be open through the API to extract the data in the business intelligence platform for each radio that can use that, but is also open to get data from outside that enrich the value on the data that we can have. The goal is make radio better, give you the opportunity to enrich the experience of the user, and make more money. So the result is give back the value to the radio, better experience, and more value.
Thank you. You showed everything to us, I think. And as I said, you can come later to the stand and ask even Eugenia some questions or have a look at all these special features. But now I want to welcome back Yann on stage.
Let's go.
Before our session,
yes,
we talked a little bit and you said we'll have a party. So let's get this party started, Yann.
Yes, thank you very much, Larissa. You know, at Radioplayer, we all come from radio station. I was a radio host. Eugenio is also come from radio station. It's the case for 100% of our team. We really love radio. And we know that it's really difficult for a radio station to be part of this smart speakers world. And do you know what is one of the most common use of smart speakers? Hey, I want to listen to a radio station. But it's sometimes complicated. When you want to start a radio station on smart speakers, you have to ask for maybe the name of Radioplayer. Hey, Radioplayer, can you start this station? And sometimes you can also have some pre-rolls. And you don't touch any money from these pre-rolls, because it's made by someone else from the US. I think it's time for you to control your distributions. Smart speakers is so important. Voice integration is so important. And it's clear that like FM, AM a long time ago, DAB+ now, it's so important to control your transmitters. Voice, IP, is one of your transmitters. I'm really proud today to announce you that Radioplayer and Google are now in a partnership to provide the best of your content in all the Google speakers. Please welcome Greg Marcheteau. More applause for Greg.
Yann, we were supposed to having a breakdance contest.
Yes, I'm ready, but
are you ready? Because I have my dancing shoes.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we'll do that afterwards.
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Pleasure.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here. So I'll start by thanking Yann, OJ, Tommy, the rest of the Radioplayer family for the invitation and for the opportunity to talk a little bit about some of the work that we've been doing on radio, and specifically about surfacing radio content through Google Assistant, which is our voice-activated digital assistant. So we see ourselves as not just a technology provider, but also an invested member of the wider ecosystem, right? So our focus is on delivering value to both listeners, and broadcasters, right? So these are the two groups that I'll talk about in the next couple of minutes, right? And the partnership that we are announcing with Radioplayer is really about that. In the next couple of months, Google Assistant users will have a new option to listen to their favorite radio stations through Radioplayer. This means that on their phone, in their car, at home, they will be able, in a seamless way, to find radio stations and radio content and just listen to it, right? Through Radioplayer and through this integration, more than 6,000 radio stations will initially be available, and as you mentioned, more are coming.
More to come.
From more than 22 countries. And from our perspective, having a new platform options means simply more choice for users. And that is very important. And there are also benefits for broadcasters. So in the past 2 or 3 years, we've had many conversations with broadcasters, some of you are in the room, with the broader industry, and we learned a lot. And some of the insights that we gained, some of the feedback that we received, guided our efforts to build a scalable solution that essentially does two things. One, it minimizes the effort of integration for individual broadcasters to be able to service their content on our platform. And two, it provides more control to broadcasters about the content, about usage data, and about monetization options, right? So this is really what it's about. So in a nutshell, the partnership that we're announcing today is really about giving users more choice and giving broadcasters more control. So I'm really looking forward to working closely with Radioplayer and just to continue to help radio continue to thrive as a source of news, of entertainment, and of connection. So
thank you very much, Greg. Thank you very much. And
thank you. So,
and I'm really happy also to make a link with the previous presentation. All the data from the Radioplayer integration, the Google smart speakers are compatible with the data platform. Of course, you can have more information about who's listening.
Yes. And now I'm very excited about the future of radio. So thank you, Yann, for all your engagement. And as we said, you're invited to visit us at the stand, at the Radioplayer stand. And the next session here is to start in about 15 minutes. But for the moment now, thank you that you all have come here and celebrated with us all the new features.
Thank you to be part of Radioplayer. Thank you, Larissa.